Hello and welcome
Fun.
everyone to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice. How you doing tonight, Juice?
Doing all right, Danny. Got a little bit of a headache, but I'm ready to go.
The hell, Juice? I don't know what just happened to him, ladies and gentlemen, but he looks all right. So, if you've never been here before, this is another week where we talk about all that is wrestling. We have our 10 and 10 segment where we talk about the top 10 things in wrestling in 10 minutes. Tonight, we're also going to be predicting WrestleMania's top 6 moments. They've been doing top 50 list?
42.
42.
So WWE's been doing the top
42
greatest WrestleMania moments of all time, and they're down to the final 6. So we're just going to break down the list so far, and then we're going to predict what we think the top 6 remaining would be. What's missing?
Yes,
And
sir.
as Keverly says, the tit.
The 10 and 10, as our fans love to call it. And then also, we'll be predicting Dynasty tonight with that pay-per-view coming up this weekend. Going to be a big week, a lot to talk about tonight. So, before we do that, though, we got to pay our bills. If you have not already, please throw us a sub right down there. We're at 5 out of 30. We'd love to get back to 30. That was a great couple of weeks we had there. So please, if you have Amazon Prime, it's free for you, helps us out. I believe it's through Amazon Gaming. You have a free sub. Throw it our way. I'd really appreciate it. And thank you to Accept the Win for being the official band of the podcast. You hear them before, during, and after the show. We love them. Go over to YouTube and check out their videos. Jay DeFalco says, wonder what the difference is between last year's WWE Mania moments list and this year's. I think last year, didn't they do top matches, or they did the top moments also?
So last year, I'm glad he brought that up, because I'm going to go back and look for that now. It was top 41 matches.
Yeah.
And this is top 42 moments, which there's probably some correlation, because I mean, as you'll see later on, some of the moments are just this person beat this person.
Yeah, they're the wins of the matches, which is
so
funny.
that's why I thought this was kind of a tricky list to do. Not tricky, but like they're not really being. I don't agree with a lot of the things on the list. We'll get to that.
No, I agree. I know what you're saying. But before we get to all that, we go to probably what's become my least favorite segment of the podcast, where we do our trivia. If you give me 1 second here.
Okay, so Danny.
So as you can see, it is a Undertaker-like streak right now for Juicebox. We are at 12-0. Yeah, I don't care anymore. Juice, I hate you. No, I'm just kidding. I am going to get a point soon. What was Undertaker, 21-0? Before we get to 21, I'm going to get a point.
It was 21-1. So yeah, you got to get to 22 if you want to beat them. I guess.
No, you got to get to 22.
Oh yeah. Either way. Oh yeah. So you want to get the whatever. Okay.
I want to get the win before 21.
I understand what you're going for here. Either way, here is this week's trivia question. As we all know, at WrestleMania next weekend, Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio will be going one-on-one. This is only the second time in WrestleMania history where two wrestlers have faced off in both a singles match and a fatal four-way match at WrestleMania. Who are the other two wrestlers? If you want me to, I'll read it back. Unless you think you got it.
No, I got it. What two wrestlers have wrestled in a singles match and a fatal four-way at WrestleMania?
Yep, only two other people have ever done it. And if you want to guess in chat, throw it in chat. Danny, don't look.
Instinct, I'm trying to think. Wow, that's crazy. Triple H and The Rock have never wrestled one-on-one at WrestleMania. Okay, so that's out. Foley. Damn, so no one from that one. I don't think anyone from the McMahon Fatal 4-Way. I'm trying to think of that one. That was my first instinct. So that's Triple H, Foley, Big Show, and The Rock. I don't think any of those guys face one-on-one at WrestleMania. Triple H, Foley was Rumble. They never did Mania. Fuck. So next instinct goes to who else would wrestle in a Fatal 4-Way?
So again, for anybody joining, the question is, who are the only two wrestlers that have fought at both a one-on-one match and a fatal four-way match at WrestleMania? Dom and Finn will be doing it next weekend, but there's only one other pairing that's ever done it. Danny, do not look in chat.
Damn. You. I'm stumped. I'm gonna go with Fatal 4-Way. I'm gonna go with, I don't know, Angle Benoit. I know that's wrong.
Jay says it's okay if Danny doesn't get it right. He's smart in other ways, like spelling. Aw, that's mean. Aw, now I feel bad.
Now you gotta check our predictions page before we get out later.
So Danny, that is incorrect.
Damn.
Till 5 Wrestling in the chat actually alluded to it. They are correct. And you were close. I thought you were gonna get it. I really thought you were gonna get this one.
They did go 1-on-1, motherfucker.
Mankind and Big Show, they fought the year before at WrestleMania 15, and then the next year was the McMahon Fatal 4-Way.
Son of a bitch.
You said Foley. I thought you had it.
I just couldn't think of those. Those were literally the last two I thought of too. I was like, Triple H The Rock, Foley The Rock, Triple H Big Show. I was like, Big Show hasn't had a lot of like one-on-one matches against big guys.
It was the year before when he put Mankind with the referee. He dropped on him backwards and stuff.
Ugh.
Yep.
So close.
I thought that was it, Danny. I thought that was it. Have a good one, guys. Saw the notification.
That's the closest I've been in a very long time. Thanks, Till 5. Good seeing you.
Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate you.
13-0.
The streak lives. The streak lives. I really thought. I thought you had it. I was like, this is in his wheelhouse. He definitely watched during this time. I even said the first match he'll think of is the Mania 2000. Oh well. It's all right. A for effort. I appreciate you.
Hey, I was there.
And with that it is time. You were what?
I said I was there. It was fun.
Wait, what Mania? You were at the Mania?
No. Like I almost had the answer. I was right there.
I thought you were there. And you said it was fun. Cool. Oh damn.
No, where was WrestleMania 15? I don't
15 was in Philly. 2000 was in Anaheim.
Oh, I could have been there, but I wasn't.
Yep. I know. How do I know that? Sorry. That's why we're here, folks. Wrestling. Actually, I think we talked about doing that once, didn't we? Like taking all the manias and trying to guess where they all happened. But all right, whatever. I digress. All right, it is time for the tit. This is the 10 in 10. We take 10 points in 10 minutes. Talk about the week that was in wrestling. This one's a little bit different this week since we're doing Dynasty predictions. A lot of things you may think you'd see under AEW aren't here under the 10 in 10. We're going to talk about them during the predictions.
And also, even though we don't talk about WWE a lot, since we have WrestleMania next week, a lot of stuff that's been happening, we're going to just cover next week anyway. So we didn't put a lot of the WWE talk on here either.
And most of it's just not worth it because
that too.
It's not ideal.
Stupid.
Yeah. So let's get started. First off, Chris Jericho, aka Jericho.
I feel like it's just Jericho now, right?
It's been back and forth. Sometimes
the name on the contract did say Chris Jericho, though.
Sometimes Excalibur was saying Chris Jericho. The match graphic at the end of the night said Chris Jericho. So I don't know. Either way, it seems that they're going for a Jericho, Prince, Beyonce, one name kind of thing. Wanted to see what you thought about it. It seems like he's just doing, he's going to play it easy and straight right now. It's weird how I know they're in Canada, but Judas, after a few years of being away, Judas just isn't hitting the same. And he did the list bit. What are you thinking? How do you feel? So
I feel like I don't mind him just being straight up babyface, doing this little gimmick so far. I think it's going to be simple, easy. I'm fine with it. I think the segment ran too long. I didn't mind that it was Ricochet being the first match. I didn't mind Ricochet's time to retire and stuff. I feel like it just got stretched out, and like you could hear the audience kind of at certain points like losing it a little bit because like it just like get there a little faster. And I think that started with Ricochet, to be honest with you. I don't think that started with Jericho. I think Ricochet started doing that, and he started going slow with his promo. Jericho tried to catch up, and by the time you got to the list bit, which could have been okay, I don't think he needed to do it personally, and I love the list. Yeah, I don't think he needed to do it, but I think it just was too long.
Yeah, well, I feel like we don't know the full scope of what this is going to be yet, which is fine. But I do agree with you. I do put the blame on Ricochet. I think he got lost during the promo. He got a little nervous. If you caught at one point when he was doing this, like up here, his hand was like shaking.
Yeah.
So he forgot something or got rattled. I don't know. I know he's not usually a talker. Either way, moving on. Dynamite kicked off last night with the United Empire showing up.
That was dope.
For those of you unfamiliar from New Japan, we have the newly crowned Callum Newman, apologies, the New Japan World Champion, Francesco Akira and Hinare, all showing up with Alex Windsor. What did you think about it? Are you familiar with any of them?
Besides Windsor, no. But I loved it. I thought it was dope. I thought the way they showed up, all kind of Reservoir Dog style, was really awesome. I love the fight. I love that it turned to the main event. Easy backstory to explain. The 23-year-old now youngest New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's pretty dope, and they emphasize that a lot. I thought the match was great. I thought the whole thing was awesome. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I will say first impressions, while I'm familiar with like the story of kind of what's going on with Ospreay and United Empire and how there's a little bit of like dissension or tension there from him leaving and whatnot, they still came to help. So I'm curious how that shakes out. First impressions of really seeing them all in the ring. Callum didn't really wow me. I know it's not really maybe the environment to see it yet, but I do want to see more. I've heard he's really good. But he's young, so I don't know if he's really ready yet in this position, but I guess he's going to sink or swim. And we can kind of talk about it a little bit more later, but I was really surprised with Ospreay pinning Mox in the main event.
Yeah, what was that? I don't understand that.
Very intriguing. We can get to it more in the predictions, but next up, a little bit of a preview. Dynasty is this weekend, but it looks like we're getting Okada versus Takeshita at Double or Nothing next month in Queens. Huge announcement, amazing call, right call to do.
Yes.
I was dreading them dragging us out to All In to do it,
especially
at Wembley.
The way he said it earlier in the night with the promo with Fletcher and stuff. I was like, oh man, like how long are they really gonna expect us to wait for this? I loved it. I think that was great.
Now this could be because of Fletcher, them moving it up, but it could be they're doing a best of 3. They could have it be one person and then they do the other match in like July and then they do the other one in August. So this could be the beginning of the trilogy, which is fine. But I love it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
They did it really well.
Next up, we got the dogs. Looks like they're going for the trios titles on Collision this week. Surprised, not the pay-per-view, but something could happen. This is a pre-taped Collision. It happened last night. I don't know spoilers.
There's also only 9 matches on the pay-per-view as of right now, and they usually do about 12 to 13. So who knows what could happen there?
Yeah, well, yeah. So there's one on the 0 hour, 8 on the pay-per-view. So that you imagine they'd add at least 1, maybe 2 to the pay-per-view. Because sometimes they do 9. They don't do 10 much anymore. But yeah, hopefully, I think they need to win. I don't think they're going to win on Collision. So I hope they get some wins soon. I think they need to turn around.
Yeah, I really like them because like they're a really good heel faction too, and like they can do good singles work with those guys. So like I really want them to get pushed well.
Yeah. So a lot of revolving doors going on Collision this week. A lot of wrestlers going out, a lot of wrestlers coming in. It looks like we have, unfortunately, the return of the Hurt Syndicate. I literally screamed at my TV when I heard that they were back and looking for new members because it means more Bobby Lashley. And we were clear for a while, so it's unfortunate. And we can kind of jump to the next point, and we can talk about it hand in hand, but they said they're looking for new members. And with that, conveniently, minutes later, it's announced that Mark Quinn is injured and Isaiah Cassidy is looking to make some moves and be a singles wrestler. Do we think it's as simple as that, or are we being swerved? What are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be something a little different. I'm also curious because technically the Ops are doing the same thing, even though I haven't really seen much of that. And you have Anthony Bowens, who isn't really being accepted yet. He's kind of, being the cameraman. I don't know if that's him. So I don't know what's going to happen with that either. Because I would be interested in both of them joining them. I'd be interested in like a big stable like that. You bring in Bowens, you bring in Cassidy, see how they kind of push those guys. Let Bobby Lashley be the main event guy. Let Shelton be your hand. I don't know. I think that would work well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't recall exactly what Joe's injury was, what his timetable is, but if Joe's due back soon, I'd be fully on board. That was my first thought of Hurt Syndicate and Ops going at it, but only if Joe's back, because I can't see Hook going toe to toe with
Bobby
MVP.
Lashley.
No, with MVP like on the mic, like he buries everybody. But either way, And then, speaking of that, with the women, while we have Toni Storm, who is out, we have the return of Hikaru Shida.
We just talked about this last week, by the way. We just said how Shida should come back.
And Queen Aminata, both back, both seeming like they're in the TBS orbit right now with Willow.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we may be getting a Shida heel turn soon. I personally think it's the right call. I think we need a Shida back. I hope she's back a lot, not just for a month. And yeah, I think she should turn heel and not necessarily be with Aminata, but I don't know what's going on.
I don't want like a stable or anything, but a heel Shida I think would be great right now. I think they need, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a lot of their heels right now, and I think a lot of their heels are good, like, characters, but in the ring need a little work. And I think this is a good heel, besides Tekla, obviously. I think this would be a good heel for them to, like, really go toe-to-toe and have some good matches with, like, Willow and Toni if she ever comes back. Who knows what's happening with Mercedes whenever she comes back. So I think, and then Shida could also go in the Owen Cup. That'd be a nice little addition there. So we'll see what happens.
You know, and it's funny. We could probably we'll talk about it during predictions, but I had thoughts on the Owen. But yeah, I'm glad Sheeta's back, and you know, she's rusty. She's been gone, I think, like what they said, 2 years, almost 2 years. It's been a while.
It's been a very long time.
So I'm glad she's back. And around, so it's awesome.
Queen Aminata's back, and I liked the match. I thought she, you know, for being out for a while, I thought she wrestled a good match against Willow. Looks like she's doing a little bit of a heel turn, maybe. She kind of, the way she started the match with Willow. Who knows?
That's the thing, Queen Aminata. Like, I know I've said on here before, I don't really care for her. I think she's got a little bit of an attitude problem, but it seems like she doesn't have any, like, charisma or expression. Like, I don't think she's playing heel. I think she's playing like a goes in the air kind of queen, but, like, you know, a strong. I think that's how I take it. A strong kind of independent women kind of thing.
No, that makes sense.
So I've never taken it as her being heel. I think it's just her attitude and she's being like a hot shit kind of thing. But
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm glad she's back, I guess, but I guess I'm not. I don't know. All right, 1 minute left. Take it home, Danny. What do you got?
So we touched about it in the preview in the trivia a little bit, but Finn Balor's gonna be wrestling Dom this weekend, next weekend. And Finn is coming back as the Demon. How do we feel about the Demon being unleashed for Dominic Mysterio?
Yeah, it would have been cool if they didn't announce it beforehand.
I don't understand why they keep doing that.
Well, it's because they want the money. They think people are going to pay to see the Demon, where it's like they're already coming. Like
they're already paying to see. Like, it's WrestleMania. You know they're paying to see it. That's not going to be the thing that changes. Demonito has not been announced, so good. I hope he never gets announced again. That was terrible. But yeah, no, I found that very strange that they announced it already when they could have just done different stuff, maybe alluded to it, but, like, you didn't have to announce it. Whatever. The big thing that, and I already texted you about this, the big thing that came out of WWE this week that I'm very annoyed with is Rey Mysterio returned. And Rey Mysterio is now in the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship because he's friends with Penta. And that's literally the only reason he's in the match, because he just came out and said, I deserve to be because I missed WrestleMania last year. Reports we talked about last week, Braun Breaker's not hurt anymore. So this forced match of Seth versus Walter, don't understand it too much because it looks like the matches they had planned could have happened. And now they push these together. Ray's still having a match. I don't know. And I feel like that's also taking a spot out of the IC belt, out of the IC title match for someone who could have been highlighted there.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see when the final list is announced, but I do think they probably did take a spot from somebody in the IC title match. I still don't mind this move because they clearly didn't want to rush Seth and Braun as a one-on-one match here. And at that point, if you're going to do Ray and Walter, then Seth's on the outside looking in. So I don't mind it, but it's injuries, riddled issues, so whatever.
Fair. All right. And that is our tit for the week, Killer Tomato.
Yeah.
With one last comment, says the Demon went from Edge and Roman Reigns. Now Dominic is quite the downgrade. Some people might argue it's an upgrade because Dominic might be more popular than Roman Reigns at any point.
Well, I think
Edge,
he means
who knows at that match.
I think he means
main event. Dom, I know.
No. I think they mean who's using it against, like certain encounters and whatnot. Like Edge was Hell in a Cell. Roman was for the title. And now, like, it's just Dom in a match. Like, there's no stakes. So I get what he's saying there.
I feel like it's also because it's the Judgment Day, so it's the Demon versus the Judgment Day kind of mentality. A little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, well. All right. So I believe we're doing the moments list first.
Do moments first? Cool. Sounds good to me. Give me 1 second.
So while you're doing that, let me break this down for everybody joining us. So WWE on their YouTube page about a month ago started doing a YouTube playlist. Every day they would announce a new moment in the list of the top 42 greatest WrestleMania moments of all time. Every day a new moment added, and we kind of did this last year when they did a list of the 41 greatest matches of all time, WrestleMania matches. And we're kind of doing the same thing now where we're going to try and predict the rest of the list. So at this point, they've announced all the way up to number 7, as you see now on the screen. So there's been 42. For the sake of the screen, I only did the top 20. I have the rest of the list up. I can read through it for reference when we're talking about this. But I figured the best place we can start is with their top 20, and we can just kind of say really quick what we think shouldn't be on there, what's too high, what's too low. So for anybody that cannot see it, I will just read off number 20 to 7 at the moment. Number 20 is Cena's WrestleMania 25 entrance. That's when he had like the million John Cena's kind of lined up, and he ran out with them.
And I'm going to say something really quick before we continue. That's what the list should be made of. That kind of stuff right there. The entrance, stuff like that. And I agree. And I think for a while, this is the only one I agree should be on the list.
Yeah, I agree with that. So now number 19 is just Bianca versus Sasha at Mania 37.
The fuck?
This one I'm kind of okay with because it's the intent of like, another women's main eventing WrestleMania, 2 black women.
But I understand that. The moment should be the bell ringing in the ring or whatever. It shouldn't be like the match. It should be like the face off or something like that's the moment, not the match. That's what I don't agree with.
At number 18, we have Bryan Danielson winning at WrestleMania 30. Basically, WrestleMania culminating him winning. I don't hate that one too much because that is a moment. I mean, you can say it's the post-match celebration, fine, but I think that one's okay being on the list.
Yeah.
HBK retiring Flair at WrestleMania 24. I think that's fine. You can even say it's just "I'm sorry, I love you."
I was gonna say, did they specify what the moment was? I didn't see that part. Did they specify it was the "sorry, I love you" or was it like the pin?
No, I did my best to write it exactly as they did. So they wrote Shawn Michaels retires Ric Flair. That's all they wrote.
All right.
And also for number 18, they wrote the Yes movement takes over. So
I'm fine with that.
Those and then Bianca versus Sasha Banks main events WrestleMania 37. So I mean, it's not. I think those are all. Like I said,
fine. I don't mind Bianca and Sasha being on the list. I just don't like the way they kind of worded it, I guess. It's just moments. If it's just moments, I'd say the more recent ones make the top of this list. Never seen 17 Cody finishing the story of the streak ending.
Yeah, so we'll get to that because obviously there's a whole bunch on the list that aren't here, but I'll read those off when we're done here really quick. So the next one is at number 16, Rey Mysterio dedicates win to Eddie Guerrero. Now, I don't recall, cause I don't think I was watching that Mania. I mean, technically I don't think he dedicated like there in the ring in the moment, maybe in advance, but I don't know how you feel about that one being a number 16 over the ones we already said, but I don't think it should be that high.
Yeah, it should not be that high. It's a weird one, but it's almost like the Danielson one, but it's a weird one where it's like that whole storyline was about Eddie. So yeah, he kind of did dedicate the win to Eddie, but it wasn't like a moment in the ring. I guess if he like when he did the point up or whatever, that would count. Yeah, I guess.
All right, number 15, Macho Man Randy Savage wins the vacant WWE title at WrestleMania 4. I believe that was the one-night tournament, correct? That's a number 15. Before my time, so I'm not going to weigh in on that. That's
that was cool. I remember seeing it. That was actually the first VHS I ever had of a wrestling show was WrestleMania 4, and I would watch that tournament all the time. No, it was cool. It was definitely a unique WrestleMania, so you do have to encapsulate that in some way, shape, or form. So I don't mind that being so high.
Yeah. All right, number 14, we have Cody Rhodes making his surprise return to WWE at WrestleMania 38. I'm fine with that one. I think that deserves to be, at least on the list, top 20. That's fine. Number 13, Kofi Mania. Selfishly, I'm completely fine with this one being on the list. I think that's awesome that he won.
I do think it should be a little lower, but
Again, selfishly, I'm going to say no. I'm fine with it being where it is.
That's fine.
I was there. Number 12, I'm going to defer to you on this one. Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth reunited WrestleMania 7.
I feel like this should be higher.
Really?
That was a big moment for a lot of fans. That was huge. Her jumping that guardrail, her beating up Sherry, them kissing in the ring. That was a big moment for a lot of people. I'm surprised this was so low, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Not so low. I'm surprised this was lower than what I thought.
Number 11, we got Becky Lynch winning the first women's main event. Again, selfishly, completely okay with it being there. First women's main event ever. Like the only legit main event.
Harley says I totally agree. Thank you, Harley.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with this being an 11. I'd argue it almost should be a little bit higher.
Yeah, I think 11, 12 should be a little bit higher. I agree.
Top 10 time. We have Undertaker defending the streak versus Michaels at 25. I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like the 26 one should be the one because that's when he retired Michaels. Like, I'm confused why 25 is the one.
See, I like 25 match more, but in terms of a moment, I almost feel like the better moment would have been just saying the moment when Taker did the dive and went like head first down to the cameraman. That's a moment. Like
that's fair too.
Over just winning the match, I don't know.
I'd say their entrance was a better moment. Both their entrances was fucking dope. Heaven and Hell.
Well, yeah.
So I don't think this one should be on the list. Definitely not number 10.
Number 9. I'd argue should be way higher.
100% should be top 5.
Edge spearing Jeff Hardy off a 20-foot ladder.
100% that should be top 5. That's crazy.
Way higher. Crazy. Even at 9, I think it's too low. Number 8, I don't agree with this one at all. This is probably the one I feel the strongest about not being anywhere even on this list. The Rock retiring Stone Cold at WrestleMania 19. Unless somebody can prove me wrong, it was never about The Rock retiring Stone Cold. It was never billed as that. It was never said on TV. It was never said on pay-per-view. It was just The Rock beating Stone Cold.
Yeah,
maybe it happened after the fact.
I'm pretty
or
sure Austin even said like they didn't tell anyone. Like they shared a moment in the ring because they knew, and that's fine and that's cool.
Like,
but that's the problem with all this behind the scenes stuff is now they're rewriting history because now that Austin said that, and now that Austin said that him and The Rock knew, now it's like, oh well, that was your retirement match, and now we can all celebrate it. We didn't know that was your retirement match. Like you just never came back. Like
I don't count that as a WrestleMania moment.
No,
I don't think it should be anywhere on this list.
Agreed.
Number 7, then, Ultimate Warrior wins the Ultimate Challenge at WrestleMania 6.
Should be so much lower. Much lower.
Okay.
Harley
agrees. I'm not sure if Harley agrees with my point or yours. I wasn't looking when she wrote it.
No, that was for the Miss Elizabeth thing.
Okay. Oh, okay. Kevrales says they make up their own rules with these lists. Oh, yeah. No, I know they do.
Yeah. No, I think I understand that Warrior beating Hogan was a huge moment, but compared to a lot of this other stuff, it's just a title win. Nothing happened to Hogan. He got the belt back a few months later. Like nothing. It wasn't like landscaping changing like they wanted it to be. If that had happened, if like the whole whatever nature WWE change and Warrior was actually the face and all the bullshit didn't happen afterward, maybe you can argue this should be here, but like everything fell apart after that. Warrior wasn't the face of the company. Warrior was gone a few months after this. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Jay DeFalco says Austin stunning Scott Hall is a great moment. The Rollins RKO as well. Okay,
so now that's what we're getting into now.
So before we start throwing out suggestions, I'm going to kind of speed run through 42 to 21. Obviously,
God. All right.
I'm going to speed run read them.
I'm going to haunt. All right. Yep. I'm going to lean back here.
And then obviously we can go back and if we missed anything, but I just figured it's easier to get them said so then we can talk about what we
down. All right, you and
what we said is missing. He's excited. No, it's okay. Let him. Hey, for all he knows, the Seth Cash-ins already been on the list.
Ooh,
so
let's find out.
Let me cook. Let me read them off. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna start with 42 and just work up. Number 42, The Rock, Stone Cold, and Hogan share the ring at WrestleMania 30. Fine. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn beat the Usos at WrestleMania 39 in the tag team main event. Fine. Ronda Rousey and The Rock take down the Authority at WrestleMania 31. Fine. it's a moment. It's not a match. Taker, Triple H, and HBK. End of an era at WrestleMania 27.
Yeah, on the
so I
stage.
guess that's the
Totally
post match on the
understandable.
stage. Fine. The Rock and Cena fight off the Wyatts at WrestleMania 32.
Awful.
No.
Stupid.
Should not be above anything we just said.
Stupid.
Hogan and Mr. T team up in the first main event.
Fine.
Brock Lesnar snaps the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. Should be way higher than 36.
I cannot believe that is not in the top 10.
It should be in the top 10. I'm shocked.
I cannot believe that's not in the top 10.
Yeah, at number 37.
I was gonna say that as one of our top 5, and then I looked on the list. I was like, I can't bring that up. Great, awesome.
Oh, all right, number 35.
Yeah.
Number 35, Io Sky defeats Bianca and Rhea in a triple threat match at last year's WrestleMania. No. All right. Taker and Paul Bear return at WrestleMania 20.
Awesome.
I'll allow that.
Yes.
I'll allow that because it's him returning as the dead man, I think, after like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar wins the title in his WrestleMania debut at WrestleMania 19. I would have done the shooting star botch on its own, but whatever.
Yeah, but they're not gonna highlight the bad stuff. Kevlar says even the first main event, I'm surprised isn't higher. Yeah.
John Cena battles The Rock for the first time. That's just the match. That's whatever.
I guess. Again, that's more of a face-off thing that I think should be than the match, but that's just me nitpicking.
Sting makes his WrestleMania debut at WrestleMania 31. Again, it's just him. I mean, it's the debut, but I don't think it is a moment. He was already there for a bit.
That should be the entrance. Like, Sting's entrance at WrestleMania 21 was fucking awesome. Like, that was an awesome moment with the violin and everything and the crows. Like, that was dope.
The Rock returns to WWE action at WrestleMania 40.
Stupid.
I don't know. Randy Orton delivers the ultimate RKO out of nowhere to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31. That is at number 29.
That should be in the top 20 at least.
It's a little low, probably.
That's one of the coolest moments. Also, can I say another reason why The Rock thing shouldn't be as high or even on the list? He's already come back and been in action multiple times at WrestleMania. That wasn't the first time he's come back. So, like...
Not the final boss.
Anyway.
Number 28, Bret the Hitman Hart is crowned WWE Champion at WrestleMania 10. Fine.
So that, yes, because that was a huge moment. That was Yokozuna finally being toppled. Lex Luger tried to do it earlier. They raised him on his shoulders. Macho Man came out. Like, that was a big moment. So that I'm cool with.
Now, these next few I think are crazy low as well. No, crazy low. I think they should be higher. Number 27, Stone Cold sells out to Mr. McMahon at WrestleMania 17.
I cannot believe that's not top 5. I cannot believe that's not top 5.
No, take it off your list, folks. It's not going to be in the top 6.
Crazy. I don't know what the hell to say.
Yeah, this list is kind of wild. Razor Ramon and HBK put the ladder match on the map, which I don't really agree with that headline. I think we talked about this a few weeks ago. But, like, I don't think they really put it on the map. If anything, I'd argue that the Hardys and Edge and Christian put it more on the map like 10 years later. But
no, we didn't have that argument on the show. I would never agree with that.
Not on the show, via text.
Oh, I still don't agree with that. No, I think they definitely put it on the map. I think
how many ladder matches did you see between then and then? I don't think they put the ladder match on the map.
That's because WWE didn't do a lot of those specialty matches as often as they did like later on in the years. I think the Hardys and them took it to a whole nother level. I think they made it into like a more main event thing. But I think Shawn and Razor were the big reason why like the ladder match worked and like they trust people to do it. So Stone Cold heel turn and the streak ending being that high is like they're admitting they were mistakes.
True. All right. Well, that's a debate for another day, Danny. We could save that one. I think there's legs to that argument.
We are gonna. That is gonna be a good one to talk about.
Next up, number 25. The Hardy Boys returned at WrestleMania 33. I think that should be way higher. That was an awesome moment. Probably one of the best moments in the last like 10 years.
I agree.
Number 24. John Cena wins record number 17 at WrestleMania 41.
Sorry, Keverlass. Or was that Jay DeFalco? It
was Keverlass. So it's at 24.
Oh, yeah.
Number 23, Shawn Michaels wins at WrestleMania 12 in the Iron Man match. The boyhood dream coming true.
Fiend.
Number 22, Undertaker retires in the Boneyard match. Again, he didn't retire, and
Yeah, right. He had matches after that.
We didn't know that, so whatever. And the last one, number 21, Stone Cold Steve Austin unretires at WrestleMania 38.
So
that's the whole list.
The Boneyard match should have been the first cinematic match or the first like cinematic main event or whatever. Like that should have been the moment because that is a fucking crazy moment. Austin, I agree. Him coming out of retirement is a huge moment. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
So now we need to figure out the top 6.
I don't know how because they took away the top 5.
I have 4 in particular. I think are going to be on here. And obviously we can write them down and then we can kind of sort the order afterward. Sure. Like Keverlas said, Seth's cash in Money in the Bank.
Yeah, 100%.
That's going to be top 6. They haven't said it yet.
I'm not putting it at number 1. I'm just putting it on the top there.
Honestly, I think it's top 3. I think it's going to be high.
I'm not like we're not ranking it yet.
Honestly, it could even be 1. I'm just saying. Triple H had to put himself in the top 6. Well, we'll see. Where would you put him? What Triple H moment would you have top 6? Tomato.
him winning the war against Sting.
Oh, seriously, what WrestleMania Triple H moment would be top 6 worthy?
I don't know.
Let us know what you think. And if anybody has any suggestions, please throw them out there while we're talking.
Yeah, we're gonna need the help.
Danny? Anything?
Where was I thinking that Triple H versus Batista?
Triple H retiring Batista. It's a moment, but I don't know about top over the other shit. I don't know.
So I was thinking of 1, but I wasn't sure if they would do it with how they get like funky with stuff. But would they do like Batista and Cena winning the belts in the same night kind of thing? Like
probably not.
New face or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't think there's one of his entrances will make it. Triple H never had any truly great Mania moments, in my opinion. Well, ego. Yeah, no, I do think like maybe a Triple H entrance would be on there if they did the Cena entrance because they didn't do a lot of entrances.
Well, if I recall, he's lost a lot at Mania. I think we've talked about that before on the show. Like he has like a double-digit loss record.
I was also thinking if they're doing the Cena entrance, would they do the Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 12 entrance where he did the.
I feel like if they already did him winning the match, I don't think they're going to do the entrance as well.
That's fair too.
So I think someone said it in chat. If they didn't, I have it written down. Cody finishing the story.
Okay.
It's gonna be in the top 6. I think it's modern thing. Hogan slamming Andre feels like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a layup.
Yeah, that has to be on there.
So I have one more that I think is definitely I think should be somewhere on here. Rock and Hogan, the stare down. I think that's
at WrestleMania 18.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those are the 4 I think are definitely going to be the rest of the way. And from there, do we think there's any women's moment? Because we already got Becky and then Bianca and Sasha. Is there any women's moment that we really think is going to supersede those 2? I don't think so.
They wouldn't put Charlotte beating the streak on Asuka, would they?
They could, or they can do. Did I say Charlotte and Rhea? They might pull something with Charlotte and Rhea from 39, which I don't agree with, but just to get a women's thing in the top 10.
That's the only thing that makes me nervous is something like that.
Yeah. Oh, and since J-Man brought it up, let me just read off really quick the top 10 matches from last year. Last year's list. The women's triple threat at Mania 35 was 10. Warrior Savage at 7 was 9. Hogan Andre was 8. TLC was 7. Roman and Cody at 40 was 6. Rock and Stone Cold at 7. It was 17 was 5. Savage and Steamboat is at 4. Then there was Rock and Hogan, Brett and Stone Cold, and the no DQ submission. The bloody thing could be a moment. I don't know. And then number 1 was Taker Michaels at 25.
So that was the one I was going to bring up was the WrestleMania 13 Bret Hart Stone Cold not tap out or whatever, like pass out. Okay. Because that's something that they always show and stuff like that. So I feel like that's going to be on there.
Okay. Yeah, I had that on my bigger list of things, but after these top 4, so yeah, we can put that on there then.
And then remind me, they already had the Randy Orton RKO, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm just going to read off the rest of my list, and we don't have to put any of them on at all. I'm just going to get them out there in the ether. Savage Steamboat for the IC title, just in general. I don't know. They'll just throw that on there. Throw it on there. I had Austin HBK with Tyson. Tyson punching HBK.
Oh,
that could be.
Yeah, that could be a big moment. Yep.
I don't think they're going to do it, but I did write down the Foley Edge spear through the flaming table. I think that is
dope.
A crazy moment that should be on here, but it's probably not going to be. Another one that's not going to
over Warrior wins and over the Undertaker wins.
Another
and
one
over
I was
the Rock
gonna,
retires.
Yeah, the other one I was going to mention that's not going to be on here was Vince getting shaved bald. It is a moment,
yeah,
but
that's not going to be on there.
That. I did write Taker retires HBK, which as of right now is not on this list at all.
See, I was just thinking that, but because they had the WrestleMania 25 win in the top 10, I don't know if they're going to do both of them in the top 10.
I agree. And they already did the curtain call with the three of them too, so I don't think they do it.
Yeah.
But and then the last one I had written down was a recent one. I don't agree with it, but Sammy beating Walter for the IC title because it was a long title reign. They might want to throw it on there. Ugh. That's all I have. So
out of all those, I think Tyson punching out HBK might be the one.
I tend to agree. Yeah. If anybody thinks we missed anything that's here in chat, it's been with us the whole time. First off, thank you for being here with us. We appreciate you. Let us know if we missed anything. We can consider taking something off. But
all right, so now that we narrow it down, what order are we thinking here? Hogan Andre would definitely be number 3, says Jay DeFalco.
Kevrel says Jey Uso. Just Jey Uso.
Stop it. No.
Oh man. That's great. Yeah, I'm fine with leaving Hogan. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last year. Hogan slamming Andre at 3 because it's WrestleMania 3.
Okay.
I think our top 3 might be good.
I was about to say I think our top 3 is set because they love the Seth cash in, and they're gonna put something recent like I think Kevrel was saying that. So Cody Rhodes finishing his story. I agree.
And then I'd probably flip Tyson. I'd probably flip the bottom 2, Tyson and Stone Cold.
Okay.
Personally, if
I
you
like
don't
that.
agree,
No.
if you don't, yeah.
I like that.
Jay DeFalco says Pete Rose repeatedly getting tombstoned by Kane.
They might put that as but as one moment.
Nah. At this point, dude, we're in the top 6. Like they can't. Like, I don't think so.
Who knows what they do? They're weird.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I mean, if we made this list, I think we could easily make a much better top 20 using this top 42 because there are so many they just put way too low. Like, look at this. Like, okay, not including our list, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 of the top, only 5 of these are from before WrestleMania 20. Like, it's just crazy how they're not giving love to the early stuff. I get it. It's modern day leaning, but there's so many things just not on here. Wild, man. But yeah, I think tune in next week. By the way, next week we are going to revisit this list.
Cody was
see
41, right?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 40. Sorry.
That's right.
I suppressed last year from my mind.
And Seth was
31 in California, Levi. But yeah, tune in next week. On next week's episode, we're going to revisit this list, see how accurate we were with our top 6, and we're also, when we make our WrestleMania predictions, we are going to look back on our card when we predicted what we thought the WrestleMania card was going to be. We're going to see how right or wrong we were. So it's going to be a lot of revisiting next week and WrestleMania stuff. Obviously, it's WrestleMania week, so big WrestleMania episode next week. But for the rest of this week, we're going to talk about AEW Dynasty now. We are going to make our predictions for the pay-per-view this weekend. And next weekend, we will revisit our Dynasty predictions. Quick heads up, I don't think we ever talked about it, but last month for Revolution, we both did fairly well. I think we both ended up 12-2 or
I think it was 11-2.
Or 11-2. We did very well last month.
I can show that really quick. Hold on one second.
Yeah. I know we didn't revisit it last month, but we had a very good Revolution predictions.
So Revolution, so Revolution's up right now. So obviously we didn't talk about the match that shouldn't have been there, and then everything else we saw Ricochet and the Don Callis family not retaining were the only two.
The Gauntlet was a crapshoot, unfortunately. And then the trios, a pleasant surprise.
Yep, agreed. So 11-2 for both of us. So overall,
and now we're on to Dynasty. Only 9 matches announced at this time, as Danny mentioned. 8 for the main show, 1 for the kickoff or 0 hour. Excuse me. We're gonna predict them, and as always, we reserve the right to change our picks until bell time. And anything that gets added, we will make those picks as well offline. Officially.
Yeah, they're definitely add.
Whoa, Danny fell. Can't get up.
I'm back.
All right.
So we're definitely gonna add some. They definitely add some after their tape collision and stuff. So we'll be doing some last second ones. All right. So first up in the pre-show, we have Alex Windsor versus Marina Shafir. What are we thinking? I think after this week and everything, Windsor would like a nice win there, but I don't know if they are gonna. I don't know what they're doing with the Windsor and the United and the Empire and Ospreay. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if she needs a win or if Shafir needs a win here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously a pivot because of Tony. I think Hayter's filling Tony's spot, and Windsor's kind of benefiting from this. I think Windsor's playing what Mina probably would have been doing. I'm assuming.
Fair.
But it's the 0 hour. Typically the baby faces win, but Marina's won before on 0 hours. So has the Death Riders. Long-term storytelling for blood and guts. Yeah, true.
I'm
gonna go with Marina just because she's been the hotter hand. I'm gonna go with Marina.
I think I'm gonna go with Windsor for now, and see how that feels. After maybe they do some collision to change my mind.
How it feels.
See how it settles.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we got one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most overall: the tag team title match, FTR, Cope and Cage. I'm enjoying all the Cope and Cage promos and stuff. I don't know if you heard. Well, I know you heard it, but whoever didn't hear it from last week when he was like, "You attacked Beth Phoenix, you put her in the hospital, you attacked him, and then worst of all, you put your hands on me," and I was cracking up. I was like, "You're such a scumbag." I love it so much. Or as Cage would say, an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been loving the build. I know some people are over Cope and Cage or Cage and Cope, however you want to say it. I say Cope and Cage. Listen, I get it. I guess some people are just tired of it and don't want the WWE old heads here, but these guys are still great. They're fun to watch. They're entertaining, and you know when they're gone. They've been gone for so long, and now they're back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how you're tired of them. Like, they whatever.
Enjoy the last few years you probably have. Like,
Agreed.
Okay? Because they'll be gone, then they got shit.
Agreed. I think they win the belts here.
Yeah, I mean, they're in Canada. Here's the only reason I don't know if they do. FTR won the first one. Maybe they run it back for the rubber match at Double or Nothing.
You mean Cope and Cage won the first one?
That's what I mean. Yeah, sorry. Cope and Cage won the first one. So FTR maybe wins match 2.
Gotcha.
And then you do the rubber at Double or Nothing or something. Because, I don't know. I mean, put me down for Cope and Cage because my gut says you're in Canada. Do it. But they already got their win in Canada versus FTR at All Out. So you don't really have to do it. Obviously, it seems like the Cope and Cage versus the Bucks is probably what's on the cards for Double or Nothing, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't know. I would not be surprised if FTR retained, though.
Yeah, fair. Next match we got up, I think this is, for me, the hardest one to call. We have Jon Moxley, Will Ospreay, Continental title. Like you had mentioned before, Ospreay pinning Moxley last night. Very confusing to me. I didn't expect that at all, which, 50-50 booking means Moxley's winning this weekend, but they don't usually do it like that. So I don't know. How do you feel?
So I think I've felt this one's been pretty easy.
That's
the whole
right.
Way through.
You're different than I am with this one.
I think Mox is going to beat him. Because I think the whole point is that Ospreay is very emotional. He's being in brawls backstage. He's being kind of hardcore with it. He needed his boys to come in to have a big chaos in Canada. He needed all of that to beat Mox. He needed Callum to get in there at the end to hit the lariat on Mox to help him hit the hidden blade through the table, which was awesome, by the way. So I think needing all of that to do it, once they now meet in a contained environment, time limit, no interference, I think Mox is going to beat him. And then obviously, this is what I wanted to bring up now about the Owen. Everyone's thinking after the last 2 years, the Owen's coming. All In's not for another like 4 months. It's the end of August. I have a feeling the Owen is not ending at Double or Nothing this year. They may not even start it.
I was gonna say maybe it starts at Double or Nothing
because that's a lot of time.
Mhm.
3 months, I think, to get from Double or Nothing to All In with no pay-per-view in between. A lot of TV time to have your number one contender already determined. So I don't necessarily think it means Ospreay has to like immediately go from this into the Owen. So you can do some breathing room. So
it's funny you bring that up. That's part of the reason why I think Ospreay might win the title here, because we were talking about last week how he doesn't bring the title into the Owen. And I agree. I don't think he brings the title into the Owen. But if he has a short little title reign, like 1 or 2 months here, and then drops it before the Owen, I could see that happening also. Right. It's so hard because with these storylines, like he's supposed to get his pound of flesh. He's supposed to get his retribution for being taken out. They took him out. They injured him.
Maybe that's it. He got it.
Wrestling 101. I know. That's what. Man, this is a hard one. I'm gonna go.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna
say? Make your pick, and I'll say my piece.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go with Will Ospreay for now, but I'm very. This is gonna be one of those, like, if you ever play fantasy, I'm gonna be on the toilet Sunday morning tinkering with my lineup. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing.
Fair enough. No, my whole thing is like the internet and myself included. It's pretty much already assuming Ospreay's getting the title shot at All In because it's in London. It's just a matter of if it's Omega or MJF. But like, it might not be. Like, it doesn't. What if he wins this? And I'm just saying, like, he doesn't have to win the Owen and get the title shot at All In. Like, there's so many other contenders right now. So I don't know. Everyone's kind of crowning Ospreay. Not to mention
Darby's next up anyway. Like,
that's what we're going to get to.
In the predictions and in AEW, Darby wins against Andrade. He is the number one contender for the title. So do we think Darby wins? Do we think Andrade gets in his own head because of all this Don Callis, MJF money stuff that's going on? How are we feeling about this match?
Selfishly, I want Darby to win.
I agree.
Because I'm assuming that this leads to Darby versus Omega or Darby versus MJF at Double or Nothing.
I agree.
I'd love to see Darby challenge for the world title one-on-one. I could be wrong, but has he ever challenged one-on-one for it? Or has it always been multi-mans?
I believe it's always been multi-man. I don't remember if he's ever challenged Moxley one-on-one.
He's probably done one-on-one once, but off the top of my head, I only recall him doing like... Because the Mox one wasn't for the belt. Mox already lost the belt at that point, I think. Maybe I'm misremembering. Either way, my pick is Darby. Could they have Andrade?
No. He fought MJF one-on-one. He was part of a four-way at Double or Nothing. Yep. And I think he lost... Oh, no, that's when he lost the title shot to Jon Moxley. But he at least had one-on-one with MJF.
All right. Either way, yeah, I'm going to go with Darby. Obviously, that's just the more exciting option to go with because if Andrade wins, he doesn't get anything.
Yeah, that's also why I'm going with Darby, too, just because there's no benefit for Andrade winning, it seems like. So, and I think, like, something happens
it's just
with
to
the
play
family
spoiler.
In the way.
I mean, he could play spoiler and be like, I won title shot now. But I don't know. Now I feel like they might be giving Andrade Perry to get the national title. But who knows with that? Because first you would think Andrade was going to beat Bandito for the ROH title.
That's why I thought they were going with that, and then they swerved.
They still could, because I mean, Supercard is next month, but I digress.
Fair. And since you mentioned him, we're not going to be talking about him because he's not on the card yet. I can't stand seeing a belt around Jack Perry. I don't know if it's the belt or if it's Perry.
It's too big. He's too small.
It looks so weird.
Yeah,
like, put it over your shoulder, bro. Stop putting it around your waist. You're too tiny for that. It's so annoying.
He's a loser.
I hate it. Anyway, Speaking of not a loser, we had the AEW Women's World Title. Tekla defending her belt against Jamie Hayter. I think Tekla wins here. I don't know why they would give it to Hayter right now with Tekla being so hot, but what do you think?
So the only reason I'm on the fence about it is because if we're believing the interwebs, you remember they put out there that Toni Storm was going to beat Tekla for the women's title and be the champion going into All In. That was the plan. I don't know if that was going to happen here or Double or Nothing, but if that was the plan, they're still kind of going that route, and Hayter's just fulfilling that spot. Hayter's from London. You can easily give it to Hayter, have Mercedes win the Owen, and you can run back Mercedes versus Hayter, last year's Owen, as this year's All-In match. So,
but to be honest with you, the only reason that would annoy me is just because you've been building up Hayter in this tag team with what's her face for the women's tag team belts, and now I get Tony's hurt, but like you don't have to completely swerve it all and then ruin two different storylines because of that. Like you can let Tekla win here, you can have someone else step up and beat Tekla if you really want to go that route, and let Hayter do this tag team that she's been building up and maybe win it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, again, if that was the plan, though,
thank you, sorry.
If that was the plan for Tony, then obviously he's going to want to stick to his story. Because here's the thing: if you keep the belt on Tekla all the way into All In, she's the heel, clearly. And if the plan is for Mercedes to come back with no belts, win the Owen, go for the belt, and win that belt, you can't run Tekla and Mercedes.
But you kind of can, because Mercedes is so popular, except for Harley. Mercedes is so popular that, like, she will still be cheered. Like, people still chant CEO, even though she's always been the heel. Like, she still gets chants for it. So you can do that kind of heel versus heel thing.
Sure.
They've done it before.
Sure, I think it just negates and hurts the whole character build and return of the up and the downfall.
That's fair.
Just come back and be like, yeah, she can come back and be humble, but when her last promo before she left was like, "I'm gonna make all your lives a living hell." And
yeah, I'm not saying she's gonna be the good guy, but like,
they can get there. I don't know. So for right now, put me down for Tekla. I know everything I just said. But
sorry, no. I thought you were gonna go with Hayter. That just surprised me.
Well, yeah, I'm on the fence. I mean, my gut. I like Tekla a lot, so yeah, it's tough.
I hear you.
This is a good card to not know who's winning because of the injuries.
And there's a couple of matches that can go either way, and I really like the way they built the card. There's a bunch of matches that, like, I'm not going to be mad if I'm right or wrong because of the storyline. It'll be interesting. Next up, so for those of you that haven't heard, Kyle Fletcher is officially injured and will be out for months. They have vacated the TNT title, and it is now up for grabs in a gauntlet match, another gauntlet match.
Wait.
What'd I do?
No, that's not a gauntlet match. That's a gauntlet match.
Damn it.
A casino gauntlet. No, leave it. Build a character.
Leave me alone. Can you just tell me who you think's gonna win the gauntlet match?
So the only person we know that's in it is Tommaso Ciampa, and assuming Roosh, because I don't think Bowens is beating Roosh on Collision for the 2 spot.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Roosh also.
It's okay, Juice. Danny's smart in other ways, like trivia.
I quit. I'm done with this shit.
That's great. That was a good one. That was really good.
Moving on. Who's winning the gauntlet match?
So, based on limited knowledge,
I'm
throwing a curveball in there. Give me Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly. If he comes back and wins, I'm going to be so fucking hyped.
Returning in Canada to win the TNT title.
Is it 1 L or 2? 2 L's, right?
What?
O'Reilly's 2 L's?
It's 2. It's 2, yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be Ciampa. Because I'm interested if they were...
You can't pick Kyle. I'm making that rule right now.
That's fine. I'm interested. Yeah, I would never thought Kyle, so I wouldn't even pretend to.
Can't steal my pick.
No, for sure. No, I totally agree with that. I want Adam Cole. No.
Ooh, hold on.
So I want it to be Ciampa. Hey, Keverlast, thank you.
Hold on.
But I don't know what the. I feel like their plan was to have Fletcher running for a while. I kind of thought they would put someone in the Callis family in there, like, as like, hey, you're gonna win this for Fletcher, blah 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 blah. But they didn't.
Sure,
do that,
they will.
Which surprised me.
Well, I'm sure they will. We only know 2 people in it.
But I thought they would like announce it. I don't know.
This Collision.
They'll
probably do a little video where they show like 10 faces. You know what I mean?
For now, let's go with. I'm gonna change this. I don't even know.
That's fine.
Let's go with.
Can't change it to Kyle.
Let's go with Bandito.
Okay. All right.
Next up, Young Bucks versus Okada and Takeshita. Now, remember,
Mm-hmm.
He just asked them to work together. He didn't ask them to win.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. That wasn't specified for their match
Mm-hmm.
at Double or Nothing. They don't have to win. They just have to work together. So with that
Correct.
being said, Young Bucks, Doncaster family, who do you got?
I want to say Young Bucks. The thing is, like, they did this basically the same match months ago with Brodito,
Mm-hmm.
and they already had Brodito beat them.
Mm-hmm.
So put me down for Young Bucks right now, especially if the Bucks are facing Cope and Cage.
I was
Double or
about
Nothing.
to say, I agree because they want to do the number one contenders for Cope and Cage, and if you're going to have Okada and Takeshita beat them, it's going to be really weird for that storyline. Also, you want Okada and Takeshita to the dissension to happen for their storyline. So it kind of works hand in hand that they should win that. So I agree with you on that one. This one I feel like is a no-brainer, unfortunately, just because it's his return match. We have Chris Jericho versus Ricochet. I think Jericho wins here. It's his first match back. I don't see why he would lose this.
Now, hold on. No, I'm kidding. Jericho.
All right. And then last but not least, another match where I don't know where I'm going yet. I mean, I know where I'm going tonight, but it might change. We have the Devil versus the God. MJF defending his world title against Kenny Omega. Who do you have this weekend, the Devil or the God?
I'm going to stick with my gut. I'm going with MJF.
Oh, I thought your gut was Kenny for some reason last week. I don't know why.
Maybe it was, but just seeing everything and the desperation and Kenny talking and, like, you know, how he's so confident that he studied him and knows everything, it just makes me think something's coming. Something's coming that's going to screw him or hurt him, and MJF is going to swoop in and get the win. And honestly, I think it's Swerve.
I think this is going to be MJF's like big win of this title run. I think this builds up whoever beats him next, because now he's beat the God of professional wrestling. So now he's on the highest of horses he's ever been on. He's world champion. He just beat Kenny Omega. He feels untouchable. And then if it's Darby or if it's Swerve or whoever it is, or if it's Ospreay, that next big challenge is going to beat him and then really magnify that win for whoever that is. So I agree. I think MJF wins here.
Yeah, I think because someone can correct me if I'm wrong. The last time we saw Swerve was at Revolution when he beat Brody. Like,
have we not seen him since?
I don't think we've seen him at all since Revolution. I think that's by design. I think he's gonna screw Kenny because Kenny beat Swerve.
Yeah.
During the whole EVP thing. Actually, did that happen after Revolution? That was after. Yeah, that's the last time we saw him.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like.
So I think
Brody, I was confused, but yes, yeah. I agree.
Well, Brody was Revolution. Kenny was the week or two after. I think. Either way, that's right. He put the number one contender shot on the line. Yeah, I think Swerve is fucking over Kenny.
That would make sense, and then that rivalry goes on to what, Double or Nothing. They have one more match there, and then you probably have MJF and Darby at Double or Nothing.
That's my guess.
Yeah,
that's where my head's at. I mean, would I hate Kenny winning? No, but I think MJF is too hot right now. I think you got to ride this reign.
I wouldn't hate Kenny winning, and I think it's a better storyline though with MJF winning too. Like even if Andrade wins, I still don't like. I never get interested in anything Andrade does, but we already saw Andrade versus Omega. That doesn't interest me. Andrade versus MJF does interest me more. Just because like the back and forth they'll have, they're both kind of spoiled little brats. Like that would be funny to watch and entertaining to me more than I think a rerun of Omega versus Andrade.
And you know what's funny? A lot of people don't know this if they don't watch New Japan, but technically, Andrade is in United Empire in New Japan.
Is he really?
Yeah,
that's fucking hilarious.
So the fact that they showed up, I was like, wait a minute, like
they're missing one, and they were outnumbered. Actually, that's the first thing I noticed when they started brawling. I was like, wait, you have one less guy. And then like he just did one punch, I think, to Yuta, and Yuta just went off screen. I was like, oh, now it's even. We're good to go.
We're good now. Yeah, I'm really intrigued. I think it's going to be a really fun show. I can't wait to see the rest of this card get filled up.
Yeah, I'm excited. And also,
think,
the way this is already building up for Double or Nothing is fucking dope. Like, I'm excited for the Double or Nothing card based off this one, just because of the build it's happening through. Like, this is good long-term storytelling. I like this. Like, they're getting to a lot of different things, and they're setting up a lot of matches.
Because
I'm enjoying it.
Double or Nothing to All In has basically become their Rumble to Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So all the stuff planned for All In is starting now. Yep. So this is the fun time to get into it, and that's kind of why I've taken the Owen out of my head. I just don't think the Owen's happening. The finals rather at Double or Nothing. So I'm trying to figure out what Anarchy in the Arena is going to be. A lot of cool stuff, but we could talk about that in the future weeks.
Maybe we get Anarchy at Double or Nothing.
Well, yeah, that's when they do it.
Wait, are they gonna be able to do Anarchy in the Arena in Queens?
Yeah, probably.
It's a tiny arena.
I mean, they'll be fine. They've done it in smaller.
They
literally did Chaos in Canada this weekend. They'll call it something. It's fine.
What are they going to call it in Queens?
Anarchy could be United Empire versus Death Riders. It could be. I thought about that, and so did Jay in chat. But my brain, and granted, it's a month away.
Forget
but it's
blood and guts.
If you were going to do it at Anarchy in the Arena with those two teams, why would you have done that match last night, which is essentially a watered down Anarchy? So I don't know. I don't think that's the match.
It was the 4-on-4. You can also add the women to make it a 5-on-5 like they did last year, so you can make it a little bit different. I'm just trying to think of what they would call it in Queens.
I think it's the same thing. It's been Anarchy in the Arena at Double or Nothing every year. You can't change it. There.
That's fair. That's fair. No, because you said the Clash in Canada, so I was like, oh, what would that be in Queens? Doesn't matter. All right, so. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us this long. We hope you enjoyed our predictions. We hope you enjoyed our predictions of our WrestleMania Top 6 moments. We'll find out if we're right in the next coming week. They'll film it at a shitty field. I hope they don't, but you're very right. That's a possibility, Keverlast. You know what he's talking about. Don't be confused.
I know what he's talking about. That's why I said ill. I knew exactly what he meant.
You looked confused. You were just like,
No.
Yes, so if you're watching Dynasty this weekend, enjoy it. We will see you guys next week where we'll talk about the results. We'll talk about WrestleMania predictions. We'll see if our WrestleMania card predictions were correct. Hint already, I can tell you a lot of them weren't. And we can see if our top 6 moments were also correct. So we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Peace out, everybody.
A-Town down.
Son of a